Okay.
Ready? Hi. Today's read aloud is going to be Harry the Dirty Dog. But before that, I want to review the elements of a story. So far this year, we've talked about the setting. Setting is where or when a story takes place. Does it take place in the house? Does it take place at the park? What time does it take place? When? In the daytime? And the T in our story is talking characters. Anybody that's talking is a character, whether it's a person, whether it's an animal, or like in Beauty and the Beast, it actually could be a teacup. Last week we discussed the oops in the story, or the problem. That means what did the character want and couldn't have. And now this week we're talking about the resolution, and so that's why I have the R in story circle, the resolution or solution in the story. How did the problem get fixed? How did the problem get fixed? So again, our I can statement is I can identify and explain the solution of a story or resolution. And today's read aloud is Harry the Dirty Dog, and it's written by Jean Zion, and the pictures are by Margaret Bloy Graham. And as always, good readers and good listeners are always asking themselves questions. Harry was a white dog with black spots who liked everything except getting a bath. So one day when he heard the water running in the tub, he took the scrubbing brush and buried it in the backyard. Then he ran away from home. He played where they were fixing the street and got very dirty. He played at the railroad and got even dirtier. He played tag with other dogs and became dirtier still. He slid down a coal chute and got the dirtiest of all. In fact, he changed from a white dog with black spots to a black dog with white spots. Although there were many other things to do, Harry began to wonder if his family thought that he had really run away. He felt tired and hungry too, so without stopping on the way, he ran back home. When Harry got to his house, he crawled through the fence and sat looking at the back door. One of the family looked out and said, "There's a strange dog in the backyard. By the way, has anyone seen Harry?" When Harry heard this, he tried very hard to show them that he was Harry. He started to do all his old clever trips. He flipped, he flopped, and he flip-flopped. He rolled over and played dead. He danced and sang. He did tricks over and over again, but everyone shook their heads and said, "Oh no, it couldn't be Harry." Harry gave up and walked slowly toward the gate, but suddenly he stopped. He ran to a corner of the garden and started to dig furiously. Soon he jumped away from the hole, barking short, happy barks. He found the scrubbing brush, and carrying it in his mouth, he ran into the house. Up the stairs he dashed, with the family following close behind. He jumped into the bathtub and sat up begging with the scrubbing brush in his mouth, a trick he certainly had never done before. "This little doggy wants a bath," cried the little girl, and her father said, "Why don't you and your brother give him one?" Harry's bath was the soapiest one he'd ever had. It worked like magic. As soon as the children started to scrub, they began shouting, "Mommy, Daddy, look, look, come quick. It's Harry, it's Harry, it's Harry," they cried. Harry wagged his tail and was very, very happy. His family combed and brushed him lovingly, and he began once again a white dog with black spots. It was wonderful to be home. After dinner, Harry fell asleep at his favorite place, happily dreaming of how much fun it had been getting dirty. He slept so soundly, he didn't even feel the scrubbing brush he'd hidden under his pillow. Now, boys and girls, our I can statement is I can identify and explain the solution of a story or the resolution. So remember, good readers are always asking themselves questions. And so as I was listening to this story and reading this story, I started to ask myself questions. I started to ask myself, what's the setting? Where and when did this story take place? I started to ask myself, well, who are the characters? Who's in our story? Who's talking? I asked myself, what's the oops? What's the problem in the story? And once I identify the problem, I know that I can find out what the solution is. So at the end of our story, we want to know what the resolution or solution is. So today's assignment is to write story, write in a sentence what the setting is and draw a picture, write and draw the talking characters, write the oops in the story, and write how it was resolved. I know the resolution or the solution is how the problem was fixed. And so that's what I want you to do. Have a great day of learning. Thank you.